lots being said about discipline with regard to the members as they take to the streets of Johannesburg. What can you tell us where you are?
Indeed, Michelle, Johannesburg is a hive of activity. The march has started to move from the Newtown precinct. In fact, we are now on the streets of Johannesburg. It's a sea of red. In fact, the energy is so high. The marshals are having a really difficult time to control the workers here because the spirits are so high. Now, I'm joined by the Saftu's Vavi, and he's just going to tell us exactly how the mood is going and if he's happy with the turnout here in Johannesburg. Mr. Vavi, are you guys happy with the turnout here in Johannesburg?
Of course we are. These have not been seen in South Africa in a long time. We are very happy.
And what can we expect when we get to our first location at the Premier's office?
We will hand over a memorandum everywhere where we go.
And we're hearing reports that there are people being intimidated. What is Saftu's reaction to it?
We have not received such reports. But if it is happening, we condemn it outright.
All right, so as you can see, Michelle, Vavi is saying that they are quite happy with the turnout here in Johannesburg. Thousands of workers have turned out for this march. I'm just going to move out of shot for you, just to show you exactly what we're seeing here. As you can see, there are scores of people here, more than 5,000 people here from what I can see. Many people here with placards saying that they don't accept this 20 rand per hour minimum wage. They are saying they want a real living wage. Many of the placards are also saying that they are not happy with President Cyril Ramaphosa and the fact that the ANC government is the one that is supervising a wage that is basically going to continue to exploit black and African labor here in South Africa. So they've, of course, to the organizers of the march have called on the public to come and join the marches that are nationwide. We've got marches in Cape Town, in Bloemfontein, in PE and in Polokwane. Now many of the marches here are in high spirits, and it's quite crazy really, because the police are seemingly having a difficult time to control it, but there is no violence here. In fact, the mood is just one of solitude and people sticking together and coming out for a cause that they all believe in, Michelle.
So, Slindelo, from this point in the march, they've now left Newtown Precinct. They're now making their way to the Premier's office. Tell us more about what's contained in that memorandum set to be handed over there.
Indeed, Michelle, once we do arrive at the Premier's office, we expect a memorandum to be handed over. We have not seen it as yet. However, of course, we do expect that the memorandum will state that Saftu as a federation rejects the proposed minimum wage of 20 rand per hour. Of course, when they move from the Premier's office, they're heading to the Labour Department, the Health Department, the Reserve Bank, as well as the Chamber of Mines. Also, what we expect to be contained in that memorandum is that they don't accept any changes to the Labour Act, which would require balloting before a strike and which would give government basically an opportunity to interdict a strike before it even happens.
The mood, of course, we see people quite vocal about why they're on the streets. The last time we saw there's so much red on the streets. I mean, it's normally affiliated to Cosatu, a union that now says it has nothing to do with this strike. I mean, these people on the streets of Johannesburg right now are saying that they fully support Saftu.
Indeed. Well, we understand that Cosatu, of course, has distanced itself from this strike action that we're seeing here today, and they've obviously told their members as well not to participate. But from what we understand, that there are some people actually affiliated to Cosatu who are here, and they're here in their capacity as workers who are solidarity with Saftu against this proposed minimum wage of 20 rand per hour. Now, of course, as you can see, it is a sea of red, Shahan, and this color of red is just dominating the streets of Johannesburg. Of course, yesterday we saw the EFF coming out in solidarity as well to support this march today, and of course, throughout the day, we'll be bringing you visuals from all the stations that we will be going to, and just to show you exactly what is happening here in the streets of Johannesburg.
One more question before we actually let you go. We'll stay on your visuals, though. Many of these people not fans of President Cyril Ramaphosa.
Indeed. We've seen many placards here that are calling President Cyril Ramaphosa an agent and a sellout. They're saying that instead of fighting for the plight of the poor working class, Cyril Ramaphosa and the ANC government continues to exploit the working class. They are saying that even in apartheid, we never saw black people earning a minimum wage of 20 rand per hour. And how is anyone supposed to survive on 3,200 rand per month when you calculate it? If one works 20 rand, works for a minimum of 20 rand an hour and works for 8 hours a day, that's 160 rand a day multiplied by 4 weeks. We're seeing that coming up to around 3,200 rand. Now, many that I've spoken to here say that you can't even put food on the table with that money. You can't even budget to go to work. If you just take the cost of going to work alone, most people spend at least 1,000 rand on transport alone, and that is not including food and other expenses such as medical aid and school fees and even a bond. If you're earning 3,200 rand, there is no way you'll be able to afford a home or to be able to afford to pay off a bond. So they're saying that they reject the ANC-led government by Cyril Ramaphosa, and they're saying that they don't see a new dawn. They're seeing much of the same, and the ANC is actually supervising the exploitation of black workers and protecting white monopoly capital. Back to you, Shahan.
Strong words, Slee. I want to also ask you about the discontent around Saftu not being allowed to join those NEDLAC negotiations and talks around the national minimum wage.
Indeed, Saftu remains resolute that those talks were basically a talk shop, and by the mere fact that they weren't included in them, they've excluded many workers in South Africa. Affiliated to Saftu is the union NUMSA, and NUMSA in fact is the biggest union in South Africa with a membership of 340,000. So they're saying that whatever decisions or proposals were made at NEDLAC are insignificant because they basically did not take in the voices of the working class in its full capacity. Shahan, we've actually just arrived at the Premier's office. We, of course, expect a memorandum to be delivered. I'm just going to let the visuals basically speak for themselves right now, just so our viewers can see what's going on for what it is.